It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the AMP Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
I was going to say morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the midday show at the Brooklyn Cafe. I'm sitting solo here because Freddie's doing some odds and ends. I feel like he's in the house doing some cleanup before the party comes, and yet he's running late. Anyway, more to come. It has been such a week, is all I can tell you. And now today is Friday. I can't believe that our party was a week ago when we had everybody here. That was, a week, and the week went like so fast. And here we are again on a Friday, but the most amazing thing about this week is the amount of cookies that our crew can go through in a week. I'm telling you, I left here Friday with about 24 boxes of donuts and then a few other containers of donuts, cookies and bins of more cookies. And I think Abdullah must win the cookie eating contest. The amount of cookies and food that our crew can put down is unbelievable. So actually, as we're always talking about bringing in sponsors and different things, even just a cookie donation, I think, would really help them out. But I have to thank all of the people that helped us out with the party. Pizza Rica has been amazing. J&D Cakes, absolutely spectacular. South Florida Balloons, if you were looking for balloon arrangements or party decor, check them out because everyone was just absolutely incredible, and the crew and the support that we had. And Grace, your masquerade idea.
Thank you.
I never thought how creepy Freddie and I could look in capes. So I don't know, Sally. The royalty in the capes, I don't know.
I don't want to say what Freddie looked like, but you looked good.
But think about, right, we talked about the Renaissance and all the things going back. Everyone wore regalia, right? Everyone wore capes and the hoods, and they looked so beautiful. What happens when real people put them on?
People put them on, yes. They were wearing masks.
Yeah, but we don't look like they do on TV.
Yeah, well.
Just look like a person in a cape.
Since he's not sitting next to you, Dawn, he was very scary.
Let's change that shot since it looks a little funky that he's not here.
Okay.
But he's floating around.
Maybe we just can't see him.
The invisible of what it is.
Right.
I know, and everyone's getting ready for 4th of July, so a lot of interesting things are happening in South Florida. Things are a little quiet, apparently, which I guess is nice for a change. Get caught up in some things. I said I could do some spring cleaning, and 4th of July, I said to Chuck, I said, I think when I sit down, we get caught up on things. He said, like what? I go, taxes from last year that I took the extension on,
right.
Cleaning my closet, paperwork. That's a holiday weekend, so I'm going to come in here and clean up. I don't think that's what most people do on a 4-day weekend.
Dawn, they don't. I would suggest that you don't. Just to tell you what I feel.
But then what do people, when do you ever catch up on things if you don't take advantage of the downtime?
Well, I would say the end of the day, but you're still so busy at the end of the day, so you don't stop. But you do need your rest. You definitely need your rest.
But this place that's my lifeblood. I can't imagine not actually being here for 4 days and being...
Because you're not used to doing that.
Not at
but
all.
My advice from me, who
from
apparently
my
is
other mother?
your psychic and your mother from a previous life, right, rest. Please rest. Okay.
What do you all think about 4th of July? Everyone had any big plans? What's going on?
The thing is, what I think, because I'm English, wasn't it some sort of independence from England? So you probably don't want to hear what I think. No, I love the 4th of July.
Partying.
Oh, she's partying. I don't know what last time she partied, though, she was out an extra week because
she got sick.
sick.
She said that was different.
That was different. She's not partying in a tent. So nothing for you. How about you, Jay?
Well, I've gotten into kind of a tradition of watching it on TV. They have beautiful, from New York and everything right off the Brooklyn Bridge, I think.
Beautiful.
Right there, shooting all the fireworks off of there, and I watch that, and then about the time that's getting finished, my whole neighborhood just lights up. So I just step outside, and I gotta, I don't have to go anywhere.
You know, when you're young, you're always looking to do things. When Chelsea was born, we lived in Dallas, and there was no beach in the middle of Texas. So I remember going to a parking lot in front of Toys R Us and watching the fireworks from my car. And then you end up having all these exciting 4th of Julys, and then at some point, we slow down again. And next thing you know, we're watching it at home, right? Going to the beach is too hot. I don't know. And then they're all doing fun stuff. I don't know what they're going to be doing. They got Jello shots, there's barbecues. I thought we should do a party here on Wednesday. I thought we should do something.
Ooh, we should.
You're here, right?
Yeah.
You're not here? Where are you going?
Madison,
When you leaving?
the one Wednesday.
Okay. So we'll have to maybe do that party on
I'm
Monday
here.
or something. Sally's here. I think a lot of people are going out of town early. They say this is the busiest travel week since, I want to say, what, pre-pandemic?
Right.
And I
Yeah.
think travel is actually now even upwards of Memorial Day weekend, and it hasn't even hit the 4th of July weekend, which means everyone complains about the economy, but yet they're still traveling, so, which is a good thing. Oh, let me ask you a question. I saw a thing today on dupes.
Dupes?
Dupes.com. They are not a sponsor, but I'm interested to check it out. Have you been on Dupes?
Mm-mm.
Anyone in there know what a dupes are? So dupes are apparently duplicates, right? So, but anything you want for less money. So say you put in, I don't know, my shoes, for example, if they happen to be. You put it into dupes.com and you ask for dupes, and they give you like a full retail price, and they give you all these offshoots of lower price. You can do it for anything.
Wow.
You can do it for furniture, for clothes, and this is the new way of people getting their look for less money. So I feel as if it's kind of as if what we do here,
Is it
right?
like
Yeah.
an auction or something? You just put
No,
in
you
a
just find
price?
other sites. It's like they scan the internet for all these other sites to get what you want for less money.
So you put in the price that you feel that you want to pay for the
No,
shoe?
you take a picture of whatever it is you want, or
Right.
you, like, I don't know, say you're shopping, you see this beautiful couch that you want, you put it in, and maybe full retail's $3,000.
Right.
And they'll come up with all these different sites that have the same type of look.
Oh, I see. So they look for you. Okay, that's
So I think that might be a fun, like, Instagram, TikTok dupes. We could find
Yeah.
something in the studio, like a
Yeah.
real duck, and then
Yeah.
cafe dupe is a rubber duck or something.
Yeah,
I don't know, like
that'd be
something
cute.
really
You don't
fun
know what
and
the
weird.
quality's going to be like, but you
You
know
don't know
that
what the quality is
Yeah,
going to be like.
No, but
That's
it's-
absolutely true. But apparently everyone, they're looking for the look. Everyone's looking to save money and things to do. Interesting. So I don't know. We're going to come up with our own cafe dupes. We can duplicate me and Freddie because clearly we need a duplicate right now.
I was just going to say that. You need something there.
Something behind me. And this amazing picture behind me is one of Jay Harmon's pieces that he has created, his whole series on pencil drawings of all the beautiful women, what are we calling it? Nouveau?
Art Nouveau.
Art Nouveau. And it's absolutely spectacular. We have a series of, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 of them here. And then there's a new series he's got coming up with horses. I feel as if you might have been involved with horses in a past life. Or
I think
beautiful
so.
women for sure.
I feel very connected to horses.
I know. And your horses are unbelievable, and how you do it with colored pencil. We had people in yesterday, and we had to go into Studio A. They wanted to see the picture of the old woman that you have in there, because that is their
that's amazing.
favorite. So at some point, Aiden, I think maybe we just need to go around and move some art around, things
I
like
actually
that.
have a story about that old lady. I
You do?
told you, yeah. I
Yeah.
was giving a reading in there, and she literally came alive. I said to her,
Oh.
we felt her energy, and I
Did you?
actually thought where I think who she was and where she was from. And the girl that I was giving the reading to, I'm thinking she's probably going to think I'm nuts, because I said, oh my goodness, that's incredible, that absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I told you what
that
happened.
was I don't really know where she completely came from. She was just.
Well, I got her whole history. It was like she was talking to me.
Really?
I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay. I'd like to know her history. Then.
Yeah.
I don't, all I know
Very
is one of
interesting.
Jay's paintings we moved from the windowsill to the wall this morning, and then we hear crash. He apparently did not like the wall because he took a piece of the wall down with him. We got to put him back where he belonged, and I guess maybe he oversaw the studio from back behind the board.
Maybe.
We're going to put him back there.
Yeah, Keith Richards just wanted to do something different. And
things that happen in the studio. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got an interesting children's book author joining us. Follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the Brooklyn Cafe TV for exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Like and subscribe right here below, or give us a call always, 888 right here at the studio. Let us know what you've got cooking for the weekend.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Looking for art to add to your collection? Well, look no further. Here at Amp Media Studios, we house tons of art, ranging from abstract paintings to realistic portraits. Come on in and find the art that fits your home. Any and all art is up for sale, so pick yours up today. Stop by at 2400 Northwest 2nd Avenue, Boca Raton, Florida 33431. See you there!
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Have you filed for disability benefits but were denied by the Social Security Administration? Or do you need to apply for benefits and are overwhelmed with paperwork? Are you between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury? Thousands of hardworking Americans are in your situation. They file for disability benefits every month and are unnecessarily denied their much-needed benefit check. Call now for a no-obligation, free evaluation. We can help you nearly double your chances of approval and get your benefit checks faster. We understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact and will share our insider expertise. There is a time limit to apply. We're here to help you get your disability claim filed and paid as soon as possible. Please, time is limited. So, if you are between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury, call right now and let us help you file your disability claim with the Social Security Administration.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Yo, you still didn't do it right.
Why?
Because my head is missing.
I didn't touch that camera.
You don't touch the beast?
We can adjust it anyway, and he's back. They decided to give me some.
Welcome.
I have a co-anchor joining me on this Friday afternoon.
I told you to bring somebody here to fill in for me until I finish with the phone.
It's okay. I have plenty of people,
And
so
then
we're
you
good.
decided to be cranky crackers, and you went ahead, and now you have ammunition to complain to me, Lucy.
Not at all. I can't wait to see the ISO of you.
I got to tell you, the strangest thing is that AT&T, they're so big that one person doesn't know what the other one is doing. So I was on the phone for an hour, and I was talking to the wrong department. So I said to the lady, and not such nice words, you kept me on the phone for an hour, and you can't help me. So what are you going to do to me now? Well, I'm going to send you to somebody who can help you. So we had an exchange of words.
Yeah, see, I don't think I would have quite done that because you know where you're going to get with that?
Yeah, I know what I got.
Nowhere.
She sent me to a loop. Press 1, press 2, press 1, press 2, press 1. And this happened for 5 minutes, and I finally came to the realization she looped me.
She was not happy with what you said.
No. So I went back in, and I had to wait 8 minutes. They called me, and then that fiasco. She says, oh, I'm sorry, Centauri. I'm working from home. What? You're working from home? Yes, because AT&T is so big, they had to hire someone else to work out of the house. So I hear the dog in the background. I hear the parakeet. I said, honey, can you go to the bathroom to work on this?
The grandkids are crying. Yeah, exactly. It's interesting, isn't it?
So look at this.
Look at you.
Look at that's too dark, that shot. So I'm sitting there and I'm wondering, what else is God going to send my way? What is He going to send?
Well, that's a bad negative thought because then sure enough you're going to get something.
So when you order a plus, a phone, a 15, if you want the 15 plus, you have no idea of what you have to go through. Now the phone showed up yesterday. She opened the box. Instead of reading the box, she opened the white box and noticed that the phone was the wrong phone.
You did not order the plus.
I understand that. So you have to pay for the brown box. You have to pay for the white box. You got to pay for the taxes again. So returning the phone is going to cost $124.
Why, she changed her mind on the phone she wanted?
No. I thought there were her small hands. It was the plus. It was the regular, not the plus. So I had to order the plus. It's on me. It's my fault. I'm the one that's out the $124, whatever it is, because I messed up. Why you eat me? Eat me. Anyway, so welcome. Is the guest on?
No.
All right, so let me tell Devon to come on. You know, the interesting thing about ordering stuff online is that when it messes up, man, it messes up. You know, you got no choice but to mess up. So what did I miss? What did you guys talk about?
Talking about dupes. I ordered some dupes jeans. I'm going to let y'all know how those roll out. Because the older I get, the more my body doesn't really fit into regular jeans anymore. So we're going to see how these new dupe jeans are. You know, because now you can buy things all over social media. And they're a lot more reliable and acceptable that they're actually legitimate products and websites. They take a little bit longer, but we'll see how that happens. They've got all these morning deals, and you know, I can do a lot of ordering at 6:30 in the morning as I'm waking up, and I realize you probably shouldn't buy a knife set at 6:30 in the morning.
But why are
Probably
you
not a
buying
good
so
idea.
early?
Why am I buying
She's
so
awake.
early?
You're awake.
Because I'm awake and I'm scrolling. And what happens when you're awake and you're scrolling? There's
go
no one
shopping.
You go shopping. You're like, oh, that's a good deal. Five-piece knife set for $12.
So I'm going to give you something to work on. So you
Not
have
your
to buy.
phone.
No, not my phone. We are Amazon influencers.
Yes.
And Amazon, what's the other one? collaborators,
Affiliates, yeah.
So they are sending me, because apparently Amazon, starting on the 1st, has this humongous sale coming up.
For the 4th.
For the 4th. So they have all sorts of things that we as affiliates, we can recommend to Sarah, to Zena, whatever her name is.
Freddie, let me introduce myself. My name is Sally. My show is called me Zena.
I have President Biden's itis. I got Biden's-itis.
I can see.
I got Biden's-itis, whatever your name is. So let's say that she buys a blender with the headset. So you tell the blender turn on, off, speed, the whole thing, and she buys it, and it'll be our influence, and we may get a prize.
I was thinking about that when I was blowing up the mini ball. I got this new yoga mini ball the other day. I'm like, well, if I had my camera on, everyone does the unwrapping, and then I'm thinking, here, I'd be unwrapping it and blowing into this mini ball. I'm like, not so my image, but maybe once it's actually full. And then you got to put the plug in, and then the air comes out, and what this whole fiasco looked like for me. How many times I have to blow the mini ball, take the straw out, put the plug up, put the plunger, and the whole thing worked out, replugged it. Anyway, I thought, maybe not so much, but now it should be good to go. I can now
Sounds
use
very
that.
complicated.
The mini ball, a $7 mini ball. And then all I can do is think of G-Man saying if you'd gone to the dollar store and not Amazon, you could have gotten the same mini ball for $1.25.
Give this to...
if people actually go someplace.
Wisconsin, you got to call him.
They probably have the wrong code.
Well, that's the code you gave me.
Maybe no, you gave them a wrong code. That code doesn't exist.
You gave him the last code on the sheet.
You got to give them the last code on the show name.
That's not what you gave me.
Yes,
you
I
gave me this.
That's Song Studio.
Devon.
You got to give them another call.
That's not what.
Here.
First of all, this is what I mean about people. So if I ask you, can you tell me where Orlando is? In that direction is the answer I get. So she gives me a sheet with 4,000 codes. So I figured that the one on the right that says codes.
But it says Song Studio. You have to do the one that says Brooklyn Cafe.
Kind of makes sense what you just said. I'm sorry. You are my friend, Dawn. You're my friend and my buddy.
They're all labels. There's 4 codes for every show. You got to give them one for the right show because each one has their own board. Anyway, how you doing?
I'm going to act like you. I'm not going to say
Sally
nothing.
told me I have to raise my energy. Jay,
yes, you're doing a really good job.
I have to acknowledge Jay's shirt because that shirt is unbelievable.
I know. I didn't know what to say. I liked it.
I found that online, and I said, oh, I can relate to that one. That one is, is different.
It's the Beatles crossing the road. I just realized what that was.
Abbey Road shirt.
Abbey Road.
Have things changed? Are you doing more online shopping, getting out a little bit more?
A little bit, yeah. But I do mostly online. I don't. I like to shop.
I thought that was your drawing on your shirt.
Oh, this? Well, it's closed, but it's.
But nobody would know if you put that on your back with a chain and that on your front.
You walk around. All right, I think we've got our guest, Devon Miller, joining us. Yeah. I don't know what you would do without me.
I know what I would do without you. Definitely, I know.
You'd be on the phone with AT&T.
I'd be smiling. I'd be hanging out with cheese.
He's going to Wisconsin on Wednesday. I can't believe you're leaving. No. How long are you going for?
Just until the Monday.
Nice.
So Wednesday, Monday, I won't be there.
Wow, you're going to have cafe withdrawal. You know, I heard a comment from this young man who happens to be very brilliant. And he's saying it on the air, but it's true. He's never drank as much coffee after being here. Now he drinks coffee like I do, like a Benji. Why is that? Why are you drinking so? It's not the nervous tension.
Maybe. Like, I think in the morning I have my first cup when I'm leaving. Yeah, sorry. I think in the morning I have my first cup when I'm leaving the house, and usually like finish it either as I get to the studio or like on the morning show. And I feel like something about ending the morning show, I like need another cup of coffee for some reason. I don't know. I've never drinking coffee like that.
It's like Sex and the Cigarette. I'm looking to see who picks up that joke. You didn't, Cranky Crackers. Jay did. How you doing, Jay? How you doing?
Trying not to acknowledge that.
All right, let's get the.
Nigel's behind us. Art by Sally Bernard.
I thought you had like something that needed to be operated.
He's behind us. All right, let's bring over Devon Miller. You want to set this up?
Yes, absolutely. Devon Miller, come on over. Devon was on the meeting when we had Renee on the air that we were talking to Shops Network people, and he asked if he can come on the show. And we're going to talk. He's the illustrator of children's books. I didn't get a lot of information on him because the last 2 weeks has been really tough in here with all the different things we do. So I hooked it up for him to explain what he does, how he does it. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good, good. I had a little mishap, and my partner here had to control the flow. And you know what happens when you leave a woman control the flow. No, I'm
We're
only
in
kidding.
control is what
Only
happens.
kidding, only kidding, only kidding.
Devon, you talk about joy through paper.
Yes, that is a radio program I do. I have the absolute honor of highlighting so many other wonderful children's authors and illustrators that are trying to encourage children to read. It's been such a wonderful experience.
How long have you been an author?
I've been an author since I was 11 years old. That's when I published my first book. And so before I published 3 books in middle school, and then in high school I published my last 2 books. They're all in a series titled Mr. Tickety Talk Clock, and they're all about just encouraging children to want to have fun reading.
Now, does the clock have anything to teach in urgency, get things done, accomplish things, deadlines, and things of that nature? Or is that just, the clock is just another animation you put together?
The clock, Mr. Tickety Talk Clock, his big goal is really just encouraging children to read, or even, inspire them to even write their own stories. So that would be the deadline, it's time to read is what he always says to children.
I love that.
And the concept, that's why the clock, it's time to read?
Absolutely, yes. It's even one of my book titles, yes.
I want to collaborate with you and get a grandfather clock. Don't look at me. And then give it to these college students about urgency, because time is like sand, and things go on. When they're young, they don't realize that when they get older, they're going to have things done, and there's an urgent sense of urgency that has to get things done. So he just gave me a wonderful idea.
Do you do the illustration as well as writing it?
Absolutely, yes. All of the books are illustrated by me. I've been illustrating even, since I was a toddler. And so, the way I do my illustrations is that I use a lot of crayons and stuff and colored pencils just to give kids that connectivity to say, hey, these drawings remind me of something that I can make myself. Why don't I try and write and make my own stories?
And what's your shirt? Just love.
On my shirt says, I just love to read. Of course, there's Mr. Tickety Talk Clock right here.
I love that.
And,
so were you starting this in middle school?
Yes, middle school. Yes, that's when I published my first book, and of course, this shirt says "I just love to read," and it's one of the phrases that resonates so much with me. It's one of the last lines in one of my books.
I love this.
Because at such a young age, you want to inspire kids to read. What about you being in school inspired you to say, you know what, I want to pass this message along?
It's always something that's been with me. As I mentioned, I started illustrating when I was such a toddler, and just that idea of writing and creating my own stories just has never left me. And I remember just having such joy and fulfillment always sharing these stories with my friends, and I could see the joy on their faces whenever they would read them. They're like, man, now I really want to write my own story. I remember it being such a big thing when I was in elementary school.
I love that, because somehow along the way we lose sight of what's important as kids, and even as parents raising kids, because then once your kids are raised, you move on to the next thing you're doing, and now you're a grandparent and you go back to the importance of reading books and watching your kids raise your grandchildren. And I still believe there's something terrific about touching a book versus always the digital, especially when you're having that quiet time with kids and you're trying to put them to sleep or just be with them. It's that whole touch factor, the touch, the feel, the reading of the paper. Is that still something that is strongly with you?
Absolutely. I don't even remember the last time I would read something digitally. It's very hard. There's nothing like the feeling of a physical book in my hands. There's something magical about that, and I definitely touch on that in one of my books about creating physical stories and stuff like that. So it's just so magical, honestly.
Devon, when they order the books, does it come in the mail?
When
they order a book, let's say that my grandkids order all your books, is something that comes in the mail?
Yes, absolutely. My books are available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble's online. So, of course, it always does come in the mail if you order online that way.
I got to tell you, that is, when I was a kid, that is the biggest thrill. The biggest thrill. And apparently Joey, Gio's son, loves getting mail. It doesn't matter. He sleeps with the bag, the box, whatever. He sleeps with it because it makes him feel, I guess, important, That's what I love about it. And then when you open up and you have the books, I used to go crazy. I used to put the mail bags or the boxes on things that I used to get on the wall. So my mother thought there was like something wrong with me, but it's an accomplishment. I'm going to read a brand new book. Then you will look at it for like a couple of days because you don't want to open it and sort of break the bind on it. I got to tell you, we didn't have a lot of things growing up. So all these things in the books that he's talking about, the colors and everything that goes with that. Why are you looking at me like that?
I think it's a great story. Dolly Parton has a foundation that she's created or she's partnered with where she gives away books. And anyone can go onto this foundation and request a book. So I thought this might be so great if you can get your books within the Dolly Parton Foundation, and it's free. So she'll send books out just because of this. There are children that cannot afford books, families that cannot afford them to have the book without going to the library. So she sends books, and she'll send them a book a month to these families, I believe under the age of 18, from birth all the way up, just for this reason. So that might be, I don't know how you find it, but it might be worth looking into to be able to get your books. And she pays for it. Her foundation takes care of everything.
Yes, absolutely. I've heard so many great things about that program. Would love to have my books there. So fingers crossed that eventually happens one day.
Is this what you do full time?
I do it on the side. I just graduated with my bachelor's degree in creative writing. So I took a little bit of time off to focus on that. But definitely starting to ramp back up again to make this a full-time thing to do in the community.
How many books do you have in your series?
Five, and they're all within the series Mr. Tickety Talk Clock.
I think he should have a book club. So a kid gets a book every month. That's the book club.
The Book of the Month Club, right.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, my God, I'm going to tell you. And I used to make my mother, I says, we got to fill this out. Because the schools back in the day, they used to give you this magazine.
Scholastic.
And you could join. Yes. They still do that?
Yeah.
They still do it?
When I was a kid, they would still do it.
The Scholastic
are you still a
Magazine Book
member?
Club?
I'm in college now, but when I was a kid, they used to have a day every semester that they would bring all the kids to the library, and they would lay out all these books that were like used and stuff, and they make them cheaper, and they give you the catalog, and you
Yes.
walk through and pick the books you want out.
Wasn't that amazing?
Oh, that was like one of the most fun days of the whole year. I love that.
I gotta tell you, it's such a give when you do these things and illustrations, and the colors are amazing that he has around him, which is either. And I gotta ask you, how did you get involved with shops? How do you work with Renee the books?
Yeah, I've got involved with Renee. I want to say we got acquainted like a few years ago, and we have this mutual friend who's always rooting for us, and honestly, just because of what I've done in the community, she was more than happy to have my books within her shop, honestly, especially being a local author within St. Petersburg.
Amazing.
It's incredible. Do any of your books have pieces? Like you can move the clock around or the minute hand or the...
Or on the cover, you mean?
No, not yet. But every time I go out and do a live event, there's always that one kid that's trying to move the clock hands around, and it's always just fun to see. But no, the thing that he does the most is always give children hugs whenever I do read alouds, and that's always the best part.
Well, I think you should make a book for Mr. Tickety Talk Clock for college students on how to set an analog clock, because honest to goodness, They do not know how to set the clocks in the studio because they do not know where the minute hand or the hour hand goes because everything is digital. You don't know how either?
No, I can, yeah.
Well, once in a while we get a real brain.
We've got one clock that is, right now it says 6:31 because it never has the right time. It's always off on the hour hand, no doubt. So let's make one for college students. You too can learn how to set a clock at any age.
Absolutely. I think that would be a wonderful idea. I'll definitely.
How do people get your books, Devon?
Yes, you can always order them online on Amazon.com. They're on BarnesandNobles.com, or you can always go to my website, devonmiller.com.
And you're at the store at the shop store, yes?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I'm also at Everyday Shops.
Terrific.
Which is
Such a
nice.
pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
I'd like to go over to Tampa and meet him and the other guests that we've had on the show. But I really love the aspect that children get mail. To me, that's always been a thing.
Always.
And Joey loves it. Brecken and Rowan, they love it. Kids like to feel like, I should give them my bills. I say, here, this is for you.
They get the bills, and
Then
want
they
those
start
anymore.
saying, no, I don't want no more mail.
Especially now because everyone's getting things shipped to their house so often that there's always packages coming, which is a lot of fun.
It is, and it's a adventure that will teach you to read.
And I think Casper, you can just give the empty boxes to.
Let's not talk about him. He's not a kid.
But he would like the box.
I like to put him in the box.
I know.
What's exciting with Amazon, because I order a lot on Amazon.
Do you?
Well, I forget to go shopping, so it's easy.
You forget to go shopping?
Well,
what do you
no, I
order on
forgot
Amazon
what
and you
I was
forget to
going
go
to
shopping?
say, and it was
What do you
very
order?
fun. Oh, I know. So after a while, you kind of forget what's coming, the next day or the same day. So I love to leave about 3 or 4 packages there, and it's like a surprise. I open it up.
You surprise yourself?
I forget what I've ordered. I seem to do a lot of shopping on Amazon. So
You're buying items.
it's kind of like a kid, I guess. With what reminded me is when a kid opens, I'm not completely way out there. I'm still talking about his program.
You can relate to what you just said?
Yes, because
That happens to you too?
Because what happens is there are days that I might get 3, 4 packages, which means I had a rough week before because I had to do some online shopping. And then it comes to the following week.
Have you ever heard of this? So you're having a bad day, they go shopping?
I have a mom and 2 sisters, so yeah.
They do that too?
A lot of shopping when they're upset. My
Are
sister
you
more.
serious?
My sister more than my mom probably, yeah.
If I'm having
a lot of
rough day-
packages
It's
come
like
to our
a thing?
apartment. Yeah.
It's a thing.
There's an expression. If everything else fails, go shopping.
Yeah, and now you
never
can
heard
do it
that?
from your phone, so you don't even have to go anywhere.
Jay, have you ever heard of this, Jay?
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, I guess it's called shopping therapy.
Yeah, oh, that actually is what it's called, I think. I think it's called shopping
feel so
therapy.
much better
Well,
afterwards.
shopping therapy would include men.
Like I have a threshold of what I'll spend, and it's how much can I get.
What's your threshold?
It depends on the day. It
Depends how
depends
bad
on
the
my
week was.
frustration level.
So,
Exactly.
so on a Friday, what's your threshold?
Usually Saturday, my threshold's pretty good.
So I should say, Dawn, on Saturday.
Saturdays, my
We need a
thresholds are pretty
table.
good. Yeah, I know we do. But the reason I didn't get the table is he's not going to be here the end of next week. We don't get Gato back until the following week. So for it to sit here in a box for 2 weeks makes no sense. That's why I'm waiting.
I'm sorry.
Because no one's going to put it together.
I'm sorry. What do I look like? A meathead?
Jalen will do it. Okay.
What's wrong with Jay and me?
We need
got
a
a
new table
table.
for Studio A.
Have you seen the table in Studio A, the way it's collapsing? Have you noticed that?
Studio A? I thought this was Studio A. Am I crazy?
theater.
Wow.
Where Jalen
Wow.
sits on the board.
Oh.
This is the theater A, B.
My bad.
All right, let's take a,
yeah.
we're going to
But
take a
did you
commercial
see
break.
the table is sinking? You have, but you didn't say anything.
What am I going to say about that?
We could use.
Where's Mr. TikTok when you need him?
All right, more to come on the other side of this 1 o'clock hour. Let's see what kind of music they can play to get us rocking and rolling for the weekend. More to come. We'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do, and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you don't even have any feeling at all. These symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. That is 754-222-6642, or visit us online at lighthousemedicalcenter.com.
Do you have diabetes? If you have insurance, you may qualify for a new continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends, spend more time in range, significantly lower your A1C, and share important data with loved ones and caregivers. Most importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Take charge of your health. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and have seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for a CGM today. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances cover continuous glucose monitors, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the CGM Health Hotline now.
Welcome to the Chocolate Spectrum, nestled in the heart of Jupiter, Florida, where every sweet indulgence tells a story of hope. Founded by Valerie Herskowitz for her son Blake, who is on the autism spectrum, the family-owned Artisan Chocolate Company has been spreading joy since 2013. Here, individuals with autism and other developmental disabilities are empowered with training and employment opportunities, which not only give them purpose, but also teach valuable skills. Support a greater cause with your exquisite treat by shopping in-store or online at shop.thechocolatespectrum.com, with shipping nationwide all year round, or call at 561-277-9886. The Chocolate Spectrum, where every bite makes a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Lately I've been falling faster than I did before. Falling from the sky and I'm tired of it all. Baby, don't be mad, but I'm done. I'm not watching my life pass by for you. Trying my hardest, but it's not enough for you. Waiting for your love, but you guess you were wrong. Closing the door for the last time, it's been locked. Leaving, I'm ready to go without you.
And we're back. I got all sorts of stuff in my pockets.
We're not even going to go there. We're going to redo the set, I think, after the midday show. They want to change some pictures behind us. And I'll swap out the set for the summer.
Well, they're gonna be in for a rude awakening, but okay.
Why?
There's a reason why those pictures went up. But you know what? Okay. No problem. Let them do what they do.
We're going to see what they do. All right, so we've got Sally and Jay joining us, and Sue Kostik's going to be joining us at 1:30 from Hello, Your Health is Calling. You all have your show today. It is in the mind of the artist, inside the artist's mind.
Inside the artist's mind.
And what are we talking about today?
Well, we're going to start by basically talking about art. The two of us, just conversing a little bit about art styles and how we feel about art, and then I guess we'll have.
And maybe we'll have a guest, and
we'll
maybe
have a
it'll
guest.
just be the two of us. It'll be entertaining anyway, no matter how we do it.
Well, maybe it'll be a combination of both.
Exactly, exactly. I was just showing Jay some of the ones that I do, which are a little...
I know, great.
Yeah,
Wow.
which I don't usually show people because they're like on the smaller, it's actually paper. We'll talk about it on the show, right?
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Jay, is there still art in our public schools up here?
Hmm?
Is there still art in the public schools up here?
There is. They have a whole program for art in public schools.
What are you finding? Because then you work with the kids in after school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the program that I work with is a program where I go to the schools. The art in public schools is a program where they have a lot of art shows, like up at the district, at the school district office, and they have some great art shows there where the kids from all over do their artwork. And when I was teaching in school, I would always have my kids' work represented there. And also another good venue, the South Florida Fair, has a lot of great things for the school kids for their artwork. And there are quite a lot of different things for kids to show their artwork in the public.
It's so important for them to do it. I remember when Chelsea was little, she drew this picture of a zebra. She was 3, and my girlfriend came over and said, "Who did that?" I said, "Chelsea." She said, "She's 3." Yeah, but if you cultivate what their passion is, and then going through high school, one of her pieces was actually in the South Florida Fair, and she won some awards for a book she illustrated in high school. and that's still her passion. That is what she now does as a career, and went back to school for art therapy. I feel as if we take the arts out of the schools, the kids lose that opportunity to pursue it, to see what they want to do with anything in the arts.
Yeah, that's such a shame that they've cut back so much of art in the schools, because art is one of the main things that the kids really need, because art draws from all the other things in school. It draws from music, it draws from science, it draws from history. Everything is all combined in art, and it's so essential. And I wish that the people who take care of these things would just understand how important art in school is. And it's not just a fun thing, it's a learning thing.
It's right.
It's their form of expression. You can learn a lot from that too.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's what I like about the show that you guys do on Friday, because it gives anybody in the educational system should look and listen, because you do artists, you do singers, you do everything. Because inside the mind is where it all begins. And you could tell a lot by a person who's an artist or a singer. If you do this business long enough, their minds don't work the same as everybody else.
Right.
They have a whole different attention span. They have a whole different artistic span. They see things. You drink a glass of wine. You and I drink the same glass of wine. I may see the fruits and smell the this and the boop, but the boop, but the boop. You might just say, it's just a glass of wine.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with art, which is why I love what you guys do on the show, because it's bringing a different viewpoint.
We were just discussing, what I see in a painting could be entirely different to what Jay or you see in a painting. I see that very much with my own painting, because there's a lot of things in my paintings, and people will see different things. We don't really know, I don't know exactly what you're seeing, even with color. There's no way I can see blue, but maybe you're seeing a different blue. It's very interesting, isn't it?
Sally was asking me, she says, like the picture right here that I have that I've done. She was asking me, she says, now, what is that representative of? I said, actually, it's a flower girl, and I kind of feel it represents like the islands, that kind of a feeling. But somebody else may see it completely differently.
Well, I first of all said an Indian.
An
lady.
Indian, yeah.
So we don't know unless we express it.
It's beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's right. I mean, however you perceive it is what it is to you, and that's not wrong. That's however you see it is what it is.
See, I would take that and have it when I get up in the morning and say good morning to it. To me, it's someone to talk to.
Okay.
No?
Whatever
but they're
art
laughing.
Is, whatever art
but they're laughing because the artwork in here has all sorts of different feelings for me. Putting certain pieces in certain areas, to me, means something. It's not that I'm filling gaps. It has something to do with everything else around it. So to me, I talk to that thing all the time, which is, I'm not supposed to tell you that, but to me, it's like another person in the room that I talk to.
You would do great in my home, because Steve talks to my art. That's why he's missing the dragons.
He talks to your art, but he doesn't talk to you. I can completely relate to that.
It's getting better.
And then there's a difference, and Jay's are always behind glass. I don't know, Jay, maybe we're going to keep him out of the glass.
Yeah,
because
he doesn't have to be
Sally's
behind glass.
Sally's are so tactile.
It's not going to smear.
Okay, perfect. And then you can almost feel it. That's why I like Yvonne, that he actually is doing books that kids can touch. And I know when the kids are little, we had the books like Pat the Bunny and all the books that you could actually feel and touch, and they could learn the crinkles and the sounds.
It's like a form of it's energy. Many years ago, I used to hear people say that they were studying, they'd put a book under their pillow, and then they would understand in the morning what they learned. And I really do believe that can work, because you're getting the feeling of what's in the book. The same with art too. Right.
Which is interesting. So I love the concept of behind the artist's mind and and what that looks like and why it's so important to not only do the digital art, which I know is important for graphic designing, but also the other art, the creative art where actually it's hand to paper, hand to canvas.
Right.
For the artist, right, to release it from your mind to the
Right.
paper, and then for people to get to witness it.
And you see, if you go to a movie and you watch a movie, what the director had in mind may be something completely different from what you see. And they may have envisioned one thing and you see something totally different, and that's okay, because it's all up to whoever is viewing it, because I've seen a lot of movies that people just raved about. Oh, this is so wonderful, and I looked at it and it was like, meh.
It's all in the eye of the beholder.
It is. I mean, and I've seen also movies that I just loved, and other people say, "Why do you like that so much?" It's just a very individual thing.
Well, when you go to the movie and you're a tactician, you don't see the movies the same. You know, being in this business, even in the debates, there was this big shadow. Somebody walked.
Yeah.
And you saw the shadow.
That, yeah.
So my eye is following the shadow. I didn't even hear what the hell they were talking. Not that there was much to talk about. But go to the movies and I see the way that they piece it together. And I notice that maybe this cup was in one shot and then the next shot all of a sudden disappeared.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a movie has so many different parts. So being a tactician to watch it, how it unfolds, sometimes I try to understand what the director was trying to get. And people would tell me, well, that movie was great, and tactically it was not. It didn't do well. You were telling me you had the same issue because you see the way things work and the colors and everything else. You're looking at things a little bit different than anybody else.
You know, I love the Hallmark Channel, and the thing that they never follow through on is the woman's hairstyle. So I can be sitting here with straight hair, and then the next thing I can be sitting here with curly hair, but in the same clothes. And you lose what they're saying because you think you're on another scene, but when you realize there's no continuity of flow.
And I became very aware of that because I wasn't doing what I'm doing now a few years ago. And you were doing a trailer for me, and you kept saying, well, wear the same outfit when you come back. I'm going, aren't you guys fed up with this outfit? Don't change the color of your hair. But then, of course, I realized because you're putting it all together. It made me now very aware of when I see things. Absolutely.
The continuity of the flow.
It's not only what you wear, it's your makeup.
But it has to be all the same as it was.
Yeah. Everything.
I mean, don't they have people in television and
Yes.
in movies and something called continuity artists?
Yes.
And that's what they're supposed to
And they have a room twice the size of this, and they sit in the corner, and they take the whole thing apart, and there's film and pictures. They did it for a movie, and the guy was showing that they had to go back after 2 months to reshoot it. And now they put it on a computer. If you've gained weight, you got to lose the weight, or they got to put to tighten you up. It is amazing.
So women really can't change their hair at all color. Are they doing that?
At least not till the next scene, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. You can do it then.
Interesting. All right, so tune in today at 2:30 to Inside the Mind of the Artist with Jay Harmon and Sally Bernard. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I think we've got Sue Kostick joining us from Hello, Your Health is Calling, which airs every Thursday at 11 o'clock on the Reinvented Life Network.
That was on last night.
It was on last night on the
I
radio.
drove home, and I've been hearing it.
She gives such unbelievable information.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to be working with Sue to do some other things for myself because I realize, well, I say this all the time, we give so many great resources through the studio. If people actually listen and use them, it's unbelievable what we offer. More to come.
How's your itch?
I'm going to talk to Sue about that tomorrow. More to come. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing. What's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listening to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got covered with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW, and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to arwhome.com now.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
I think we have Sue Kostick. She's joining us from Arizona. And her show has been such a huge success that we've been able to put it on the radio on Thursday nights at 7:30.
We did it last night, yeah.
Which has been incredible, and I think you've got a really nice response.
People were actually calling in saying, where did this come from?
Which is nice.
But they have to tune in to her show. Her show airs on
the Reinvented Life Network on Thursdays at 11 o'clock. And it's distress, and it goes through all the things that causes distress to your body: disease, inflammation, nutrients, food, supplements, how much we need rest. And Sue is just taking it, and she just takes off. I mean, she gives packed full of information, and often there's double shows to get through one topic because there's so much information.
Dornitis is included in that.
I'm going to be talking to Sue tomorrow about that. So let's bring Sue over. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We are too. I forget that she's in Arizona, so she's, don't forget Saturday. I'm 3 hours earlier than you, so we'll do an afternoon call.
Oh, this is fine. I'm actually melting over here, but you know.
The heat index is crazy, right?
It is awful. My husband and I walk every morning, and it was already 90 at 6:30 this morning. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Are you from Arizona?
Sort of. I mean, at my age now, I would say yes. My dad was in the military, so when he retired, that's where we ended up.
And is it dry heat? I don't even know what the hell that means, but it says dry heat.
You know, to me personally, when it gets over 100, I could care less. Dry, wet, I don't know.
It's
Can't
not,
breathe.
but humid at 100 is tough. Florida
Well,
gets
yeah.
humid.
Yes, no, and it is a dry heat for the most part. We are in the monsoon season right now, so that's a whole other story. But I think the humidity is about 38% today. So it is, yeah, yeah.
You got it all.
Yeah.
And
But
when
we leave.
Where are you heading?
Oh, we're going to California. We leave for July.
The whole month?
Yep.
Wow.
Now, do you drive? Because it's not far, no?
No, it's 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's close. So.
That's what's amazing about the rest of the United States, other than Florida. In Florida, 5 hours, you're still in Florida. Anywhere else in the world, I think in 5 hours, you're someplace else.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
That's because we're a swamp. this peninsula is a swamp.
5 hours
Where
from where we
else are
are
you
still
gonna-
puts me in Florida.
Where else are all the alligators going to live? Come on.
Yeah, whoever created a state with alligators. I mean, this is like, you got to survive. And then when I first got down here, they gave me a class on how to avoid an alligator. Apparently, you're supposed to run in a zigzag. Yeah, good luck with that.
Versus a bear where you either hide or confront them. I don't know. You gotta
And I
ask
grew up
Grace
in the
on that.
Bronx. I thought I was afraid to run there. And the alligators down here got them beat.
You should be ready for the alligators.
But I wanted to talk to you and just share. We've been fortunate to be able to put your show on the radio here on Thursday nights.
That is so exciting.
That
That
was
is
really
so
good.
exciting.
So
Yeah.
we've been able to do that about, I think, twice this month already,
yeah.
which has been really nice to share the information, get it out to a broader listening audience. Because your information is so amazing. And when we first started, I'm a huge believer in holistic healing. It doesn't mean don't see your primary physicians and all of that, or don't go off your meds. But sometimes you don't feel right and everything is normal on tests. And I was watching a whole segment on how women notoriously need to advocate for their health because they're being, I can't say misdiagnosed, but underdiagnosed. Because their symptoms present differently than men for whatever reason it is. And we're told, especially with female hormones and different anatomies, that things may present one way, but it may be something else. But then a lot of times it's environmental and all the things you go through.
Yeah, I think that you pinned it exactly correct. We are underdiagnosed, and it's like, it's not their fault. It's just that, when you start to think about how intricate our bodies are and the machines that we are, everybody's so bio-individual. You can't treat everybody the same. So it's so important that, especially women and hormones, and I'm not going to exclude men either, because men and their hormones, especially when you get to a certain age, with the environment, with toxicity and stuff, our bodies aren't able to produce. Even if, when you're back in the caveman days, there was the ability to your body to produce, and we weren't so inundated with just so much crap that we're very underdiagnosed, like you said.
And I think a lot of and I'm not an anti-vaxxer by any stretch of the imagination, but I think the amount of medications, chemicals, compounds, whatever you want to call it, that we've put in our body since COVID, for those that have taken the vaccines, whichever vaccine you took, for our kids that are now totally more and more immunized, I think by whatever age, they tell me like 67 or 72 shots by the time they're 5.
I know.
I think a lot of that, can't tell you the vaccines are causing a disease, but I think the vaccines cause a dis-ease in our body, and it's how our body can fight all of these, or they can't.
Well, it's an overload. It's like in one of my podcasts, we talk about the rain barrel effect and how our bodies are like a virtual rain barrel. And when you just start stacking toxin upon toxin, we don't know what to do with it. And we don't have the ability to clean ourselves out. So I'm not saying don't get vaccinated. I'm saying, the schedule should be very limited and very slow so that our bodies actually know what to do with what we're putting into it.
But, the other objects is that life is like a football game. So in the game, there has to be adjustments. And I try to tell Dawn, you were feeling good yesterday, and the body changes constantly. Constantly, the body is doing something. If you get sunburn, you say, I get sunburn. And then I say, I got sunburn. Then they find cells, and they got to remove it. So it isn't an exact science. You sort of have to feel your way, and it's a moving target. So if you take in something that you could eat yesterday, it doesn't mean that you can eat it tomorrow. And that's when it gets really tricky, because all of a sudden they don't see the inflammation in your ankles, and that's being caused by something else. But it never occurred to you to bring it up. So you have to constantly be aware of your body, be constantly aware of feeding it correctly, walking it correctly. Holistic, I love holistic because it sort of covers more of the area of your body. With medicine, you go see the doctor, I got a pain in his elbow, and that's what they look at, is the pain in the elbow. That's, and it keeps it too specific.
And why are emotions so important? You talked about emotions as well.
Oh, yes. Emotions, are meant for a reason. They're probably what could possibly save your life, given circumstances. But we're not meant to sit in them for a long time. And they do become toxic, just like food. Our brains and our gut talk, and they listen to each other. And when we sit in certain emotions, we convince ourselves that doom and gloom is happening, or what have you. I mean, our country is a prime example of that. We have let our emotions go crazy, and it's causing sickness. It's causing gross mental health issues. So learning to manage your emotions is one of the things that I work with throughout this whole de-stress protocol, because sitting in certain emotions becomes very toxic, and our minds will start to believe it. It will cause health issues. It will cause, gut issues. It hurts your digestive system when you're constantly sitting in an emotion of perhaps bitterness and anger. You're not going to digest because your brain is telling your body that you're in a fight or flight. It doesn't know that you're not running away from a bear and you need all that extra cortisol. So it's super important to manage your emotions.
And I want people to understand that you're here to help. No, you're not a physician. But like I asked you yesterday about some of the labs that you had shown on a prior show. You're able to order those for people that are watching as what you do as an integrative health coach.
Yes, absolutely. So I am an integrative health practitioner. I've been certified over 200 hours of certification in traditional Chinese medicine, ancient Ayurvedic medicine, nutrition, and these functional lab tests. So the difference between the functional lab test and conventional lab test is we do test deeper. We do a much deeper dive into blood work, into the urine or the spit. And it's simple. You take them at home. We have a conversation. We figure out which lab tests are going to benefit you, what we're trying to figure out. They come to your house. You do the lab test right in your home, send it to the lab, and then we start to find out what the bottom line is, what's really going on. They're super, super helpful.
Which sounds a whole lot easier for people that are working full-time, multiple jobs, doctor phobic, whatever it is, to be able to get to some answers, at least to start a process. I did the saliva test for a hormone level. I'm like, oh, I'd rather get the labs on that one. That was like, it sounds so simple, but yet so annoying and yet so not
It is
simple.
hard. And that's probably the least favorite of them all for most people. You're not alone. But, and we don't, once we get the lab test results, it's really figuring out where your deficiencies are or where there's overgrowth. And so we're not going to throw pharmaceuticals at you. We're going to get to the root cause and start to supplement you in your deficiencies. Or if you have bacterial overgrowth, we're going to remove that in a natural way that your body can recognize and doesn't put more stress on the body.
So we're gonna give that a try and see, because I think for me, because I have autoimmune disease, my body's in constant inflammation. So by adding all these vaccines that I did and all these outside 4Gs and everything that I've added, it just is life. Have a good weekend. That I want to see what else it is.
Your rain barrel is probably pretty full, I would imagine.
This little rain barrel over here is a little full.
Complicated.
So I'm going to keep everyone abreast of how it goes. But just to know that, listen, I walk the walk of everything we talk about on these shows. And that's what's really important. It's not just that we produce shows and we give you information just for you to watch and move on, but it's to share the information and see how we can help you.
Yep.
And that's why
Yep.
the continuity of what you do is important. Because, listen, 3 months ago, I didn't need you, or I didn't know I needed you. But by listening to you over and over again and trusting you and listening to the amount of knowledge you have and you shared, that when it finally dawned on me, no pun intended, that, you know what, I think Sue can help, Sue's there. And that's why the weekly shows are important.
Yeah. And that is why I found integrative health because of illness in my family. And so it was something that I felt very strongly that there had to be a natural way to bring our bodies back into balance. And that's the short of the long. That's how I found it, and it's become a passion. And I left corporate America 3 years ago and found this adventure. So.
And we talked a little bit about pain. Pain, if you don't see a physical manifestation of pain, like a broken bone or a torn ligament, your body may still be in pain. There are other things that might be causing, we talked about this a little bit yesterday.
Absolutely. And that's one thing that people don't understand is pain will manifest because of inflammation in your body. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have arthritis. A lot of people go, oh, well, I don't have arthritis, but why am I in pain? It's because there's other things that are happening because your body, when it's not in balance, you're going to go to whatever you are predisposed to. It's like everybody says, well, it's genetic. Well, genetics load the gun and your lifestyle pulls the trigger. So if you are genetically predisposed to something and your lifestyle you're not living a healthy lifestyle, your body will go to that eventually. So when people are in chronic pain, it's usually because there's a severe deficiency. And once you start supplying that back to your body and starting to balance it, the pain will start to dissipate. And it sounds very woo-woo and, it's just because you're giving your body what you need. I work with people in pain a lot with migraines, with what they think is like a rheumatoid arthritis situation, but it's really such a drastic imbalance. And once we start figuring out what those imbalances are, then we can move to start giving you what you need and get out of that pain.
It's so interesting. Well, do you remember, I know we're going to go to break also. Everyone told me you needed to drink alkaline water. So I started drinking only alkaline water, but a ton of alkaline water.
They were bringing in
half
jugs,
gallons, right?
And she's drinking jugs of alkaline. And then she gets sick.
I got so sick.
I said, I took it and I threw it in the sink. And I said, enough. I can tell you what's wrong.
And that's not cheap stuff.
But, not everything good you should do in excessive amounts, I guess, either.
It's all about balance, Dawn. And, it's like the whole water issue is another hot topic because people drink so much water and they're still dehydrated. Because when you just drink water, but you're not putting any electrolytes or minerals in it or anything in it, you're not absorbing it. So, you don't know what you don't know. So I don't want people to feel bad, but that's why I'm here. It's like, I'm here just to let everybody know that you can have a very balanced life and feel great. So.
How do people reach you?
They can reach me on my website, which is symmetryhealthandwellness.com. They could reach out on social media at Sue Caustic. They could call me at 917-362-5176. They could get my anti-inflammatory food list for free at itsaboutyourgut.com. There's so many ways.
And you can tune in every Thursday to Hello, Your Health is Calling on the Reinvented Life Network and all over our platforms.
Yes, yes.
Awesome.
And support at helloyourhealthiscalling.com. So lots of
Sue,
different ways.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful
you.
weekend, and we will touch base next week. I'll talk to you
Yes,
tomorrow.
you as
though.
well.
All right.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.
A lot of good information.
And what? She's gonna cure your what you've been going through for weeks. What? She's gonna say, well, here it is.
It's going to be something simple, like.
Of course.
But the thing is, we people, whatever it is, we complicate because you don't know what you don't know.
Or you do know what you don't know, but you deny knowing it.
But she does nutrition also, which will be really helpful. So once we find out what it
You
is,
know,
she can help figure out my
Can
food
I
situation.
be on that phone call to tell her the truth?
Yeah.
I know what the problem is, but I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let you figure it out.
Right?
Too much water is no good for you.
I knew that. I don't drink that much water, but I should.
And also the type of life you lead. So if you walk 4 or 5 miles a day, that water you're drinking is going to get into your muscles.
Right.
If you don't walk and you drink 4 or 5 gallons of water, watch what happens.
Right.
Good things don't happen.
Right.
It's just too much.
So it's a balance of everything in right.
And then the first thing that goes is the brain.
Huh?
You flood the brain.
I said,
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Why
it
do I
is.
hear a train?
Because it's your brain.
No.
You're drinking too
Well,
much
we're
water.
not anywhere near a train
Are we
track.
taking a break, or do you want to hear my latest invention?
Let's hear your latest adventure,
Really?
and then we're going to wrap it up. Yeah.
All right, so are we going to stay on these?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
We're going to get off of these?
Yeah.
Let's get off of these? All right. 2 things. 2 things. I don't know why the bars do that. I'm still trying to figure it out. The first thing is that we have also have become somebody who does printing. Shirts, planes, trains, and automobiles. Sally's getting some stuff printed because Josh does a printing store, and we have stuff that people have ordered through him, and he gets it done. These were actually ordered yesterday. And the last time the person ordered these, it took him 2 weeks to get it. So when Josh says, yeah, I have it here tomorrow, you should have seen this face. It was hilarious. And the guy says, really? And they're here. They're waiting for him in the studio. If he shows up today, he shows up. But the interesting thing is, if you need any kind of printing material done, anything on clothing, anything on pop-ups or anything else, I don't know what you got cooking
He's
over
done
there.
an excellent job. He was just showing me, now we'll go ahead and have it all printed. But yes, very nice.
Excellent job.
Excellent.
Now,
yeah.
is that a mock-up for your pop-up?
No, I'm going to have the pop-up. Yeah, this is.
So that's the mock-up.
That's the mock-up, and then I've got the cards and the slightly larger cards and a book for my book.
That is
bookmark.
really professional.
Yeah, no, he's done it very well. I love the cards, the bigger one. Very nice.
But I love that and a pop-up is one of those
Yeah.
tastings that you put up when you're going to go to events.
Because
like
I'm
you
going
have
to be doing
events
the
coming.
event. Yeah.
You may need 2 pop-ups. I'm sorry.
I
to tell you.
actually thought that
Yeah.
on each side on the stage.
I'm
I
glad that
think
you and
so.
I think you
had
and I are
said
thinking
that.
in the same format.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had said that to him the other day. Right now we'll do the one.
Well, my people contact your people.
Yeah,
have a
because if they're on the other side of the room, they're not going to be able to
otherwise
see the
it's
pop-up.
one-sided.
Right.
But he does a mock-up for a pop-up.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Well, because I want to make sure, that it's if he does the pop-up, the real thing, and there needs to be something altered. This way we can still order it, right?
But that's phenomenal because you can make your changes or not, and you have it in hand. You don't understand. I've done 100 pop-ups.
Well, I've never, but this.
We've done 100 of them for different shows, different times.
Right.
And sometimes there's always something wrong with it.
Well, I can't find the rest of the things.
But doing it this way. But anyway, if you want any of materials you want, 866-224-5422, come into the studio, talk to Dawn, and we will hook it up for Mr. Josh to take care of your needs and everything else.
And he did it really quickly for me. Very quick.
quickly.
A lot.
There's always a schedule sometimes because he's still in school and things like that. But 9 out of 10 times is usually overnight or 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the other piece. Bernie came in here yesterday, and we are now an Expedia, official Expedia ticket center. So we're going to put these up and around, and I got a few made, because that means if you're going to go on a trip, we can actually book your trip. Plane, trains, and automobiles, hotels, and everything else. And the funny thing is that when he showed me this yesterday, I laughed until he showed me all the airlines that apparently we represent. Did you know this?
Did not.
So when you go away on your trip, instead of paying that big $2,400 on commercial airlining, maybe you should come and talk to us to see if we can save you some money. And we are also an official Brightline ticket center. The only difference between us and doing it anywhere else is that in here you have to pay cash for it, and then they send you on your way. But if there is any kind of discounts or anything going on, we will pass that information to you. So I was talking to Brightline about going.
Except it says e-tickets and all the credit cards.
Right. Well, no, instant e-tickets. In other words, they give you the ticket when you're here and you pay for it with cash. Cash accepted for all tickets, which is a little bit different than doing it the other way. But anyway, the bottom line is, not in my 100 years of life did I ever think that I would be a Expedia representative.
You never know.
Or a Brightline representative. And if you come here, and I would like to put something together to go to another, like Orlando or Miami or something, and Brightline and do a show on there. Apparently the guy got back to me and says we could do it. It's kind of fun. And then my final piece, I just got a text from JoJo and the Go-Go. And on January 8th, she wants us to do an event for autism that they're doing at the golf course up in Melbourne.
January? We got some time.
January 8th.
Okay.
So she asked me, will we be interested in doing it? And I says, of course. But she heard about the foundation, and she's doing everything she can to participate and help out the foundation. She says, now JoJo was one of the OGs to help you put the studio together when I went to Berry Mom, right? Her and her contact. And she says she loves the producers. She thinks that the program has always been amazing to help them get to where they want to go. And we're working very hard to try to expose the foundation. So I told her, absolutely, we're all in. So
sounds good.
Those were my 3 highlighters. That just occurred in the last 15 minutes.
Very nice. All right, shall we wrap it up?
I guess so.
All right.
She's so cranky.
More to come at 2:30 today with Inside the Artist's Mind with Jay and Sally. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other. Happy early holiday weekend if everyone's out and about. Drive carefully, no drinking and driving. Buckle up. And if not, we're going to see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.